Once upon a time in ancient Greece, there was a terrible monster. It was half man and half bull, and it lived inside a huge labyrinth on the island of Crete. Its name was the Minotaur. Now, every 9 years, the people of Athens had to send 7 young men and 7 maidens to be sacrificed to this beast, and no one ever came back. This was a horrible situation, but someone had to do it. And so the young men and maidens volunteered themselves to be sacrificed. Among them was a young prince named Theseus. He was the son of the king of Athens. And when he heard that his best friend was going to be sacrificed, he vowed to go in his place. Now, his dad, the king, didn't want him to go, but Theseus insisted. And so the king let him go, but only under one condition. He had to bring back one of the maidens alive. If he didn't, then Athens would have to keep sending tributes every year. Now, these maidens were called sisters, and they were all beautiful. But one stood out among them, Princess Ariadne. She was the daughter of King Minos, who ruled over Crete, and she fell in love with Theseus, even though he was just a mere tribute. So when Theseus arrived on the island of Crete, Ariadne gave him a ball of golden thread and told him to tie one end to a stone post. She said, "This will help you find your way out of the labyrinth. Just follow the thread." Then she snuck onto a ship with Theseus, and they sailed away from Crete while everyone else was asleep. When they reached the labyrinth, Theseus tied the golden thread to a stone post and then went inside. Now, the labyrinth was a big maze, but thankfully, Theseus had that golden thread to guide him. And, after a while, he reached the center of the labyrinth where the Minotaur was waiting for him. The Minotaur was huge, like the size of a bull, but it had the face of a man. And when it saw Theseus, it charged at him with its sharp horns and heavy hooves. Now, Theseus didn't have any weapons, but he wasn't scared. He dodged the Minotaur's attacks and waited for his chance. And when he saw an opening, he punched the Minotaur right in the nose. The Minotaur roared in pain and charged at Theseus again, but now it was slower and weaker. So Theseus kept punching and kicking until the Minotaur fell to the ground and died. After killing the Minotaur, Theseus followed the thread until he found the entrance and escaped from the labyrinth. Now, when he emerged from the labyrinth, he and Ariadne embraced, and then they sailed away from Crete together. But here's what happened next. You see, when Theseus returned to Athens, he forgot to raise the white sail that was supposed to show his father, King Aegeus, that he was alive. Because of this mistake, King Aegeus thought that Theseus was dead. So in his grief, he jumped into the sea and drowned. Theseus learned of his mistake, and he named the sea after his dad, the Aegean Sea. And although Theseus became a hero of Athens, remembered for his courage and strength, he also had to live with the knowledge that he had killed King Aegeus. Now, you can read more about Theseus and other Greek heroes in the series. I think you'll really like it.